Hello everybody, it is I, Marc Gilday from InsuranceSalesControl.com, and welcome to this training. Today I want to kind of teach everybody the 5 steps to insurance Facebook ads that actually produce. And what I mean, they produce new client opportunities, not just leads. We talk about that a lot. But today I'm going to actually walk you through the 5 parts of putting together a Facebook ad that actually produces insurance opportunities for you to sell. As you know, Insurance Sales Control, we help insurance agents and agencies scale up. We help them increase revenues. We help them build and install automatic social media based means to get new clients consistently and do it with less work and less time away from their families. A big part of what we teach is that social media, how we use the social media the right way. A lot of folks don't understand the dynamics of it. They got an overview picture, but you really can peel back that onion and get some really great results by doing it. So today we're going to focus on those 5 parts. Insurance, by the way, is being sold the same way it has been for about 70 years, unchanged. And I always say that the industry has changed around us and it's time for us to change too. Back in the day, you'd be able to get a phone book and you'd literally call either the business section or the individual section and start dialing for dollars. Well, those days are gone because nobody uses a phone book, hardly anybody has a landline left, and it's difficult to engage if you're going to use that. We engage a little differently today, and we do it through social media. So by understanding the key parts of how to use that, you're going to be able to hone in on what you're doing a little more than we would have a few years ago. So just remember that the biggest failure in social media marketing or using social media to grow your insurance business is not understanding and really knowing the difference between marketing and sales. And I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it till it catches on. Marketing is really having somebody get to know you, having somebody get interested in what you're doing, having somebody get curious enough to reach out to you and enter your sales process. And every business has a sales process. If you sell rugs, you have a sales process. If you sell coffee, you have a sales process. And insurance, you have to have a sales process. And it varies from line of insurance to line of insurance. But the key metrics on how to get people to get into the funnel are relatively the same. You have to give them something that they're interested in. You have to educate them a little bit and entice them to want to learn more about that and, in fact, enter your cycle if it's something they're interested in. And that's really the difference between trying to get somebody to buy with social media and somebody to market to them with social media. Because a lot of insurance reps are trying to get somebody to buy with social media. That does not work. And an example of that would be, get a quote here. And the reason that get a quote now doesn't really work well is because if they're going to get a quote, they're going to get a quote from everybody. And that's what we call the low-hanging fruit. That's actually the 5% about of the market that's ready to buy now. But everybody's after that market, and it gets expensive trying to play for that market. But the next level is about 50%, and those folks are going to go and buy in the next 90 days or so. So the key is to understand how to communicate to those people who are going to buy in 90 days and not right now, because that's where the money is. And by the way, nobody's trying to get those people yet. So that's where we focus on. So if you sell group insurance, it's only going to take one case to change your entire life. If you sell Medicare insurance, if you sell car insurance, homeowners insurance, commercial insurance, it all works the same. You have to advertise and you have to make sure that you're speaking to their interests based on marketing, not based on trying to sell them something. And a good example of this would be to have a checklist. So if you are going to go into Medicare, one of the things that you can do is put a checklist together and say, here are 5 things you absolutely have to have in line before you even think of buying a Medicare supplement policy. Or if you're a commercial lines person and selling commercial insurance for buildings, you would go to building owners and business owners and maybe say, here are 3 things that you absolutely have to watch out for to make sure disaster won't ruin you. And a lot of folks bought commercial insurance in Houston a year and a half, 2 years ago. They had this big hurricane and a lot of floods. Well, 80% of those people did not get their claims paid. And it was because they forgot one little piece in their policy. Now, wouldn't you like to know what that is? Click here and I'm going to explain what to do. So that's what I mean by marketing versus trying to sell them with get a quote, get a quote, get a quote, because that really doesn't work. So if you're not using social media to its potential, how can you start doing that? Well, one good way to do it is to create a properly structured Facebook ad campaign to get new client opportunities. A lot of people call these leads. I don't like to call them leads because I think leads are cheap and don't really produce well. There are a lot of folks who do lead ad campaigns and they get tons of leads, and some of them work out, most of them don't. A lot of people buy leads from leads brokers, and a lot of these leads, it's about the same percentage. Some of them work, some of them don't, most of them don't. They're kind of a big cup of suck, as I always say. And they can get expensive. They tend to charge about $20, $30, $40, even $50 per one lead. And if you're playing that game, you have to make sure you're a hustler and really kind of churn and burn that and grind it out. And you work more hours than anybody else. And yeah, you get some sales, but you're working all the time. And that's not what we're about. We should be spending less time physically working and more time enjoying life, but being more productive because we're using social media correctly to get insurance opportunities. All right. So here are the 5 steps to insurance ads that produce. The first is step 1, have a clear desired outcome. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, in most cases, people say they want a telephone to call the prospect. In our case, we want the prospect to set an appointment with us. So the entire campaign is created so we establish interest and curiosity through marketing. They click and they enter our sales process, which we automate electronically. So they go to a landing page, they give some information, their email and their telephone number and their name, and then they click the button, they get their piece of information, and then let's say a video shows up on the thank you page, and that video says, congratulations on downloading that checklist. Did you know? And then we create a custom message for that specific product or service. And when you create that message, make sure you hit all the points. And if you'd like to find out if this is appropriate for your business, or if you'd like to find out if this is appropriate for you, we'll encourage you to click the button below and set a no obligation time to call one of our experts or professionals or gurus and speak to them confidentially about your situation and see if it makes sense. So if that's that case, we have somebody who's reaching out to you. You're not harassing them, they're reaching out to you, and they're clicking a button to set an appointment to speak with you. Now that's really the great way to use social media. And the more of these you're able to do properly, the more income you're going to get, because the people are now calling you, setting appointments up. And literally you're there on a Monday with some appointments already set up, and you're not killing yourself 8 hours on the phone trying to get one person to meet with you or talk to you. So the second is you have to understand how to speak to your audience and why. And when I say that, if you go to the car insurance scenario, a lot of people sell car insurance by get a quote, I can beat your quote, see if you qualify to save. Those are all well and good, but those are really trying to sell. But wouldn't it be interesting if you could create a campaign that markets car dealers? Because car dealers are the ones who get the constant flow of people who need car insurance. So instead of trying to sell the people who are buying the cars, you're actually targeting the car salesmen or the car agencies and giving them all kinds of valuable information, and in turn having them trust you enough to send the clients to you. So that's what I mean by having the right message and the right marketing. Is you don't want to sell the end user, you want to market so you get end users coming to you. Images also, instead of just the copy and what you're saying, the images make a lot of sense. Even though it's counterintuitive, an example for life insurance, especially in the limited markets they have, the images that are disastrous seem to work best. So, as an example, final expense insurance. One of the greatest ad campaigns that was pulled was a horribly negative campaign. And it was a picture with an elderly woman with bills all over the table and her hands held to her face, and she literally was crying. And the tag was, this woman need not worry about bills. and stories told on top that her husband passed away, he thought he had life insurance, really didn't have any, and she's left not only taking care of the expenses, the kids, the house, but she has all these bills left over. That's a horrible story and a horrible image, but it prompted people to get on the horn and say, oh, I need to look at this right now. It scared the hell out of them. The other second best image for that campaign, by the way, was a family at a funeral looking down at the gravesite. And these are horrible, ugly things, but they're effective at getting people to respond, because we're not marketing, we're selling. And life insurance, if you're in the final expense area, your job is to scare the hell out of people, because these people don't have anything, but they need it because their families are going to be ruined if they don't. You can go a different route too with Medicare. Medicare, totally different scenario. You can have happy seniors, celebrating because they got what they needed. Now, here's a clue for the Medicare folks. Medicare people, they have one thing that they're scared to death about, and that is getting bombarded by 1,000 agents when they put their name in something. So the biggest fear for the senior market is to understand that they don't want to get bombarded by agents. So one of the things may be your ad says something like this. Click here and get the totally new 2019 Medicare checklist, and don't get bombarded by insurance companies or insurance agents ever again. And that is a winner, because they're going to click here and they're going to know what to do. And of course, it's going to lead them into the same thing with a call, a set up appointment to talk to you. And this concept works pretty much with any line that we've seen so far, including financial planners. The fourth part of this is getting a landing page and somewhere for them to go. When they click a button, they have to go somewhere. But that landing page has to be structured a certain way. It has to be simple to understand. It also has to be what we call coded or pixeled. When you're advertised on Facebook, there's a little piece of code called the pixel that you install on a landing page. So whether it's on your website or not, you install that to create an audience, a custom audience of people that go there. Now, why would you need this? Well, if somebody goes to your landing page and they don't click to get the piece of information, you could do a retargeting ad campaign, a secondary level that goes just to those people over the week and says, hey, I saw you stop by our website, but you didn't download the free guide. Click below and get the free guide now while we still have them. And that's really strong. And by the way, that builds the campaign. A lot of folks may not want the thing. They actually may want it, but they're busy on their phone, so they wait till they go home and they forget. So on their feed, if it says click here, they say, oh, you're right, I want that. And they start, giving you the information and then go through your funnel. And again, that's with any line. So you pixel the landing page, and then you do a retargeting campaign to get the ones that you missed. And there are actually several layers you can do. So for the larger campaigns that we do for our clients and show them how to do it, we actually have several custom conversions. So it depends on how they behave when they get to your website. You can actually target different people. So if you have a video that they watch, if they downloaded the form but didn't watch the video, you can say, hey, we had a video instruction video. You didn't get a chance to see it. It looks like you started but didn't watch. Click here to finish it. Or it looks like you got halfway. Click here to finish it. Or you saw the video but you didn't set up your no obligation appointment with us. Click here to set that up now, and your insurance issue will be taken care of. Okay, so you see how that works? The fifth and one of the most important parts of any ad campaign is what happens after they go through your campaign, and that is the follow-up sequence. And that could be as simple as an email. Hey, congratulations on downloading the thing. Here's where you download it. Click here to download it. And oh, by the way, I put together another video for you. You click here and you can watch it on this part of that policy. Or you can have a campaign that tells a story over a period of a few days, which is called the follow-up sequence, getting them to take another action, and in this case, insurance, getting them on the phone with you in an appointment. That's really what we're all about as insurance professionals. We need to set appointments with qualified people, qualified businesses, and we need to hold those appointments with qualified people and qualified businesses in order to sell our insurance. And listen, the insurance industry has been great teaching insurance agents how to sell their product or service, but they are lousy, absolutely abysmal at teaching us how to get people to talk to. They're just horrendously bad. They're stuck in the 1950s is in the reality. So the question that I always ask is, you know, if you put this in place, just a simple, properly structured campaign in place and spend a little money on it, what would you do if you got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brand new clients a month? What would that do for yourself? What would that do for your family? I mean, for some people, it may be a few $100s extra a week, which could add to tens of thousands of dollars a year. If you're in the higher end markets, the group insurance, listen, it's going to take one case to change your life. I know that because I've lived that several times. When I was in the group insurance business, back in the 2000s, early 2000s, I really took a break and I said, okay, some stuff's working, some stuff's not working. I literally put together a system of everything that was working and started focusing and honing it on that. And within the first month, we closed our first big case, a big case with an income commission of over $1 million. And that not only changed my life, it changed the entire company's focus and direction. And eventually the company became a multi-billion-dollar agency. I didn't get the whole $1 million, you know, full disclosure, but I got a good chunk of it, and it was fair. The commission that an insurance agent would get working at an agency. The point is, it's only going to take that one case to take you over the top. That may be a life insurance case, it may be a commercial case, it may be you connecting with an auto agency and they start feeding you everybody. It may be one life insurance case or it may be a group insurance case. Either way, it could be one case can change your entire life. And that's important. So being able to understand how to use social media is very important. We haven't even begun to discuss the organic methods. And when I say organic, I mean free. That's my Scottish heritage coming through. The free means cheap. And if you're not paying for the social media, you're just implementing certain tactics that get the same result. My God, that's a win situation for everybody. So there's no excuse not to do that. Now, a lot of you know this week we're running a promotion. We are putting for the first time, and I think this is the first time anywhere, and specifically to the insurance industry, a social media Facebook boot camp. This boot camp is going to be starting on the 30th of April. Now, what we're going to do in the boot camp is we're going to teach a live three-part Facebook masterclass. And it's going to teach you everything you need to know about Facebook. We're also going to give you a Facebook high-value client targeting system. We're going to really peel back the targeting onion because a lot of stuff just changed on Facebook, literally this week, and a couple of more things are going to change. But we're going to show you exactly how to target these high-valued clients now in all the areas that we just talked about, the personal lines of insurance, the commercial lines of insurance, and really be able to hone in on those people. We're also going to give you an Instagram secrets training, which is going to double what you're doing with the Facebook. Again, this is going to be a free doubling. You don't have to pay for that stuff. It's kind of organic, and it kind of makes sense to know how to use it. We're also going to give you a plug-and-play ads library, where you can actually, depending on which one you want, whether it's life insurance, commercial insurance, final expense, long-term care, car insurance, you're going to be able to go to a pool of ads and pick the ads and the style of ads, and then match it up with an image library. So you or somebody on your team, when they go and understand the dynamics and how to do all this, can literally cut and paste ads that are proven to produce opportunities. You don't have to wait and waste a ton of money. We know this works because we felt our clients put these together for the past few years, and they are doing it like gangbusters. We're also going to give you a bonus. We're going to show you how to build your own totally automated client acquisition system. And you don't have to worry about understanding how to use fancy software. We're going to give you the software, and it's literally drag and drop type of scenario, but we're going to give you the template, so it's already there, and you just have to change the colors, change the names, change the wording here, and it's all done for you. We're also going to give you another big bonus, which I don't think has ever been taught before, but we teach our clients all the time, is the Facebook engagement. And this actually is designed to 10 times your results with Facebook marketing. And when I say that, it means, a lot of people get likes. Well, if you get a like on something, what do you do? I don't know. Well, we're going to show you exactly what to do with that and 20 other elements. And we're going to give you the words, we're going to give you the verbiage, and we're going to show you exactly what to do to 10 times that. And for all the students, You're also going to get access to a student-only private group where you're going to be able to converse with other students, find out what's working, what's not working, what's working well, and then share ideas and exchange. Now, again, this is going to open up. It's going to be limited to a total of 25 people. We only have 20 spots left, and it's not anywhere near the 30th. So my advice is, if you're interested, what I'll have you do is go, and we'll put this down underneath in a little bit, go to insurancesalescontrol.com/schedule. insurancesalescontrol.com/schedule. And you will have to fill out a little application. Make sure you're correct, you're proper for this, and we're going to talk to you. We're going to strategize a social media strategy for you while you're on that call. And then if it sounds like it's something it's a good idea for you to be a part of, and we agree that you're going to be a good student, we will extend an invitation for the boot camp. Now, the boot camp's not for everybody, so let me just explain real quick who it is for. It's for insurance agents or agency owners who really want to get their arms around the social media and understand how to use it once and for all, because there's so much confusion and so much bullshit out there from people who aren't even in the insurance business telling you how to do this. There was a 20-year-old I saw the other day giving horrible advice to somebody, saying that, oh, you should spend $2,000 to get 10 leads and blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. Here's the bottom line. You can do this because we're going to show you exact systems that we're teaching our clients now, which are part of a bigger consulting program. And our clients pay us up to $24,000 a year to be a part of that training. Now, this is nowhere near that, so don't worry about that. Don't get scared or anything. But we really want to pre-screen the people that go through, because we want the most aggressive people, the people who are going to get the most, the people who are going to jump in and do the assignments. Because if you do what we teach, you're going to get results. Really good results. So we're going to put that down there in a little bit. Tomorrow I'm going to be answering questions. A lot of people have asked some questions. So I'd ask, if you have any questions on getting insurance clients through social media, regardless whether it's Facebook or any other social media platform, put it down in the question and answers. I'll see it, and we'll address it in tomorrow's training. Until then, this is Marc Gilday from insurancesalescontrol.com, signing off. And remember, don't have just a great day, have a Gilday. I know it's corny, but that's who I am. Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.